What's going on? It's Coach Williams, and I'm back for another breakdown. So today we're going to talk Andrew Booth Jr., corner out of Clemson, all right? So I really like this guy. He's an impressive athlete. I could see him having a crazy career trajectory where, he wins Defensive Rookie of the Year as a corner, and then his skills are transferable to safety. He's really physical. I think he's the best tackler in the draft out of all the corners. So I could see him moving and switching positions there, but I think he's a really good corner, so you might want to keep him there too. But let's just dive into the film and see what makes this guy special, all right? So this first play here, they're playing Georgia, primetime game, all right? And so they're in Palms coverage right here, right? So what's going to end up happening is this running back Cook, he's going to end up going out to the flat, and so he's going to fire and trigger on that. So we'll see it, right? They motion him to the flat and bang, right? That's why I'm like, man, this dude could play safety because look at how physical this is. There's no hesitation, right? If you want to play safety in the NFL, you have to be a guy that's just like a maniac with tackling and crushing ball carriers in space. And he can absolutely do that, right? So bang, nice big play here, right? To get a nice tackle for a loss, all right? So we'll see it here from the tight, right? So they motion Cook. And then the second he catches the ball, he's in the screen. Bang, knocks him down, right? So I think that that's really impressive. So one of the things about him, though, is they did not do a lot of press man-to-man coverage at Clemson. It was more zone type stuff. So he doesn't really have perfect press technique. It's something that he's going to have to work on, right? So if he ends up getting drafted to a team that's got a lot of DBs, that's why I say maybe he could play safety at some point. But he definitely has the talent to play corner. Let's not get it twisted. But let's watch this play right here, right? So, right, he does this a lot in press, this false step right here, right? You don't want a false step right like that, right? You want to keep your hips and shoulders square to the line of scrimmage, but he's such a good athlete. Doesn't matter, right? So he gets that head fake inside and he just recovers, right? Look at that. Look at the recovery, gets hands on between him and the football, knocks it down, incomplete pass, right? Super impressive right here. Okay, so we'll see it again from the tight. All right. So he's in this chest-to-chest position, right? So, I teach the Barkley technique, more of like a box out in basketball. This chest-to-chest technique, I like this too. I don't have any problem with it. And when you make plays like this, I'm never going to complain, right? So that's a good job right there. And so, again, we'll see another play where he shows off his physicality. So we talked about Stingley, right? And how Stingley was way better than Kaiir Elam at leveraging blocks. Well, let's watch this right here. Bang! Knocks this guy's head back and then drives him into the ball carrier, gets off the block, and makes a tackle for a 1-yard gain. Like, that's super impressive, right? This kind of physicality is like safety style physicality, right? But I mean, you need your corners to play like that too. So this is the beauty of having a player that can do multiple things, all right? So now we got him here at the top of the screen, and I show you this one because we saw that play with Stingley that was super impressive where they ran that little RPO. They gave the ball to the tight end, and he chased him down from like 70 yards down the field. Well, Booth Jr., he never gives up on a play. This dude, he plays to the whistle every single time, and I show you this play because this little outside zone play right here, if the back squirts out, he's not the guy that makes a tackle, but if that guy missed it, he would have been there. And you see this consistently on film. His backside pursuit is perfect. Never gives up on a play. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay? So we'll see it again from the tight, right? This isn't some, crazy, insane play that needs to be overanalyzed. We just want to see, do guys compete, right? He shows up, ends up in the screen. That's all that matters. So the Wake Forest game was probably his best game of the entire season. Super impressive here, right? So right now, they're going to run this little run play. And again, we're going to see his physicality, right? Receiver comes off the ball, bang, knocks this guy to the ground, okay? Right? That's the kind of game that he likes to play, that physical, violent nature to his game, all right? So This next play here, right? This is very similar to the play that we saw with Jalen Ramsey versus Jamar Chase in the Super Bowl, right? So he's playing this technique where he's expecting a back shoulder. So he's not getting out, right? He's not backpedaling. He's not giving any ground. He's staying nice and square. And he's physical with the guy. And he's so physical. What I think is impressive about this play is he's so physical. He knocks this guy's head back. We don't even know what route this dude was going to run because he stonewalled his momentum. There was nowhere for him to go. Love it. Love that. It's awesome. All right. So now we got this next play here where he's at the bottom of the screen, okay? And I like this play because it shows off his athleticism, right? So he gets this double move, right? He gets an outside, inside, outside move. And if we watch him, look how oily his hips are, right? Turns his hips. He looks like, oh, I might need to speed turn, get square in the opposite direction, but has the route anticipation to know that it's coming back outside without even seeing it and getting there and cutting it off. That is supreme athleticism right there, right? So this next play here, right? So it's another showcase of just how athletic he is, how good his footwork and his hips are, okay? So again, he's down here in press, right? I don't like that though, right? I don't like this little false step here, right? But it's a zone coverage, right? So he's not really in press coverage, but still, I don't really like that. I want the movement to be a little bit more fluid, nitpicking. But this is a really impressive play right here. It shows his athleticism again. Look at these hips, right? So we get scramble drill. He runs this out route. And look at how quickly and fluidly he turns his hips. Look at this. 1-2. Love it. Drives on the football. Incomplete pass, right? That's impressive right there. He's got really, really good hips, man. These are corner hips, right? So it's like it's hard to decide what position you would want him to play, right? If he goes to a DB rich team, he could be a really good safety too. But I love that. I love that play. All right. So here on this next play, right? So this shows off his physicality too, right? I like this again, right? Drives this guy to the sideline, similar to the last play or to the other play that we saw. Drives this guy to the sideline, and then the physicality at the end, finishing the play, letting him know you ain't going nowhere today, bro. It's not gonna happen. All right. So, like we talked about, though, he does have some problems in press man-to-man coverage. Okay. So the first thing here, and we're gonna see this on a couple plays, these next few plays, right? Can't all be perfect, right? We got to show the good plays and the bad ones. So he's not square to the line of scrimmage, right? He's got this staggered stance, right? You want your feet square. So his hips, his shoulders are square, but his feet are not. And the problem with doing that is you end up false stepping, right? So he does this false step that he ends up doing. So you have to get your feet back to square. It's just wasted movement, wasted steps, right? And I think, like I've been saying, it's because they don't run a lot of press at Clemson, right? And what ends up happening is then he opens the gate way too early. Can't do that. You want to get hands on, right? Even if it's soft press, you don't want to open up that early. And he gets beat across his face. Now, it was an RPO play, so the quarterback decided to give it. But if he kept it, if he gets in the middle of the field there, he might be open, right? So he's got to work on that. That's part of his game that he really just needs to work on, okay? Again, right? Press man-to-man coverage, the stagger stance, right? Get those feet square and balanced. False step, right? See, he's got a false step to get back square. Ends up getting beat, right? So all of those things, it gets you out of rhythm, gets your timing off. He overruns the play, and then yikes, right? Misses the tackle, and this ends up being a pretty big play, right? So not perfect. There's things that he needs to work on, right? And in the NFL, if you try to press like that, it's not gonna be good, right? So that's why I keep saying, like, if he goes to a team that has a lot of DBs on it, right? You never know. Some teams like to draft people, even though that they already have, guys at that position. It happens sometimes, right? If they need some versatility, a guy that can do some more things, like, he would be perfect. And then you don't got to worry about, harping on his press technique in his rookie year. So again, right? Another thing here, though, I don't want to like super kill him on this play because this safety's got to pursue it more inside out, right? Safety overruns the play and then knocks into him. Maybe if he didn't knock into him and he stayed out here, they would have been able to vice it up and make this tackle, right? But we wouldn't be in that position if his press technique was a little bit better, right? Got to do a better job there, okay? But, he comes back, right? Comes back. They're down here again. Feet look a little less staggered here. They're still kind of not even with each other, but right, the false step. This time he false steps with the other foot. So to me, this makes me think like this is like a mental thing, right? So because it's not like he's false stepping with the same foot every time. It's just a little hitch in his game, just like how we talked about with Justin Fields and his hitch with trying to find the laces on the ball. So all these little things that you can notice about players if you watch them really closely. But he does a good job of getting hands-on, being really physical with this dude, right? He's in phase, in perfect position. He's got this guy in jail, right? In coverage, man. He's got this dude in prison right here so badly that the offensive players got to grab onto him in OPI. He almost picks it off, but he gets the flag, right? So we want to see that. Do you keep competing? Do you keep competing when you end up in these situations, right? And he's a competitor. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, okay? Good position, makes a play on the football. And I love the excitement and the energy too. All right. So I believe this is the last play that we're going to watch here. Let's see. So again, he's in press, not balanced stance, right? Want to get balanced, but it doesn't matter. You get the little false step again. I want you guys to notice this, the false step, but doesn't matter. Squeezes the guy to the sideline, gets chest to chest with him, makes a play on the football, interception. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, right? The technique is not perfect, but he's got ball skills. He's a super athletic dude, really good feet, really good hips, right? Makes a play on this football here. And then the excitement. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. So I think that this dude personally is a top 25 pick in the draft, man. If he falls past the top 25, I'll be shocked. I think he's one of the best corners in this draft. I think he's one of the best DBs in this draft, right? He's a guy that's a plug-and-play player. He's going to be a starter in the NFL from week 1. And I'm super excited to see where he goes and the trajectory of his career. So we're going to keep going. We're going to move on to some other DBs. You're going to be really excited with the next breakdown that I'm going to do. It's going to be awesome. So make sure that you subscribe so that you can see who I'm going to talk about next. And with that, as always, it's Coach Williams, Ball Hawks, we fly. I'm out. Peace.